It doesn't matter what you do, it only ever matters the state in which you act from. And this is going to be how you are going to make your specific person begin thinking of you nonstop, because nothing can stop you from being in your reality with your specific person. There's no evidence outside of you that can have you stating, no, this is impossible. Because if you have the desire for your specific person, then you're meant to be with them. And I want to give you an example of someone who was in a lot of circumstances, but still was able to have their specific person message them. Or more basically, they had to reach out to them specifically because they manifested to be on their specific person's mind. So I'll put it up on the screen and then I'll go into exactly what they did in order to create this, but I'll read it for you. So they wrote, "Had not heard from my SP in days, left unread, I even blocked him on Facebook yesterday. I did the workshop affirmations in my head, I was too exhausted to write, and then I did your morning walk meditation. Before the end of the video, my specific person texted me." So think about that. Look at the circumstances that they even write in this message, right? And all they did was read some workshop affirmations from one of my workshops and then did my morning walk meditation, and they found their specific person messaging them. Even while all this other stuff was occurring, even while their specific person was blocked on Facebook. Just think about that. Think of how your specific person's gonna be thinking of you so much that they're actually gonna go above and beyond anything happening in order to create it. And this has everything to do with, again, the idea that it doesn't matter what you do, it only matters the state that you're coming from. So you can try to take any action, but your state is going to be the defining factor. And so at any point in time, no matter what is occurring around you, again, look at the circumstances, and I'll give you a really good Neville Goddard quote that explains this, but if you are going to act in a certain way that's coming from a less than positive state, everything must align with that automatically. But when we're acting from a positive state, we could do something inherently that doesn't seem like the right action, but still see a positive outcome. And this is because regardless of what is happening around us, we are always assuming and creating our reality based on our assumptions. But I'll give you that Neville Goddard quote that I think is really, really important and shows that no matter what's happening, you can be with your specific person. So here's the quote. It said, disregard appearances, conditions, in fact, all evidence of your senses that deny the fulfillment of your desire. Rest in the assumption that you already are what you want to be. For in that determined assumption, you and your infinite being are merged in creative unity, and with your infinite being, all things are possible. So just think about that. As soon as you then deny all the evidence and align with your infinite being, so the assumption of already having it, everything begins to create, merge, and basically move to make that happen. So again, and I know I keep talking about the success story, but think about this individual. Think about those circumstances defining or behind it. Like why did they feel as if they needed to block their specific person? And again, normally we would think that seems like an action that goes against manifestation, right? If you're thinking, how do I get closer to my specific person? Blocking probably isn't initially the first thought. But remember, it doesn't actually matter what you do, it just has everything to do with the state that you're feeling. And this can happen through workshops, through meditations, through your own techniques that you can do. All of that is going to be perfect at aligning you with the outcome that you desire. So to make our specific person be thinking about us nonstop, it actually has nothing to do with actions. You could try to text them, call them, run into them, try to force your reality in that way, but it's not going to be as good as if you just assume the state and assume as if they are. And for this moment, again, before you kind of judge it or get in the way of it, try this out. Try to go above and beyond what you feel is your physical reality. Try to think that your current assumptions, your current beliefs, your current state go above and beyond everything in order to make that happen. Just think about that for a moment and allow yourself into that mindset. And you'll see that just by having this belief, you are in the state, and then everything begins to align. And the example I always like to use when it comes to getting into the state or the fact that you don't have to worry about exactly what to do as long as you're in the state, is the idea of just to think about someone who's really confident, really amazing. Or you can also think of someone who is not confident, right? For the confident individual within your mind, or maybe it's you, maybe you're this confident person, does it always feel like they could say whatever they want and do whatever they want and they're still confident? In the same way the person who feels not confident can say whatever they want, do whatever they want, but still are perceived as not confident. Like, think of someone who's quote unquote not confident and gets like a motorcycle or something, or starts to wear better clothes. You're kind of like, if they act as they did before, nothing's gonna change the perception outside of their reality. But the confident person, like in the way of Marilyn Monroe, can wear a potato sack and still be confident. That's what we want to remember. So if we think about just those two examples, we keep in mind that it then is not what we're doing, like physically. It's not us running into our specific person doing this, because obviously events are going to manifest through a bridge of events, but it's all about what we're doing, what we're feeling, what we're thinking, and how we're actually approaching the reality. And I'll tell you, one of the hardest things when it comes to this is going above and beyond your logical mind, thinking that you only have impact to things like right outside of you, because this is just not true. And the way I always kind of help people with this mindset of when you make a move, so when you become right now in the state of confidence, everyone, including your specific person, begin to feel that, and everything moves in order to create that outcome to happen. And you can think about it, because it is just the fact that everything around you is a mirror. You are the same substance of consciousness that literally everything's made of. This plant, this lamp, me, you, the phone or laptop or TV that you're watching on, all of this is made of the same substance, right? And even at the basis, you could say, well, it's energy, right? So there's no differentiation between us and everything around us. So when you make a move on a subatomic level, or on a level that's above and beyond our logical mind, things begin to create and change in order to align us with that. But if this idea is still kind of really hard to fully grasp or like get into, think about it in the way of like the domino effect or the butterfly effect. You do one thing, and has a huge cascade down down everywhere, down the path of time, and it creates and changes your reality. So like, think of you approaching or hanging out with your friend and you're confident. You could be thinking, this has nothing to do with my specific person. They can't see me right now. Not so true. Imagine your friend runs into someone else who knows your specific person, and then they start talking about you, and then this gets back to your specific person, and the friend's like, wow, yeah, they were really confident. And then boom, even at a logical level through a bridge, you are seeing that your specific person knows that you are, in fact, someone who's massively confident, massively loved, and begins to create that. Because knowing then that they know that, it's really obvious why they would then come to you and start thinking about you nonstop. But this is, if you can, and I would urge you as strongly as possible, don't think about this in a physical way, because it's only going to limit ourselves of what we want to do. Think of this in a larger way, in the aspect that when you think something, it creates your reality, because every single belief is going to manifest. So if you manifest that every time you think of your specific person, they think of you, that's the reality you're gonna have. So get into a confident state. Let go of all evidence. Don't focus on things outside of you as working against you, because that never helps us. Think about your end state, think about exactly what you want, and you're gonna see it reflect outside of you, and your specific person's gonna be thinking of you nonstop. And if you know for a fact that your specific person right now is thinking about you and wanting to reach out to you, leave a thumbs up on this video. As well as this, if you did have any questions, definitely leave them in the comment section below, or you can also reach out to me on my website at kyleaugustcoaching.com. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and I can't wait to see you in my next video tomorrow.